Hi YouTube, it is Black Rose Cards here, and I know it's been a hot minute since I had a video, but I thought it was high time to record and post one, and we got a banger of a video today. I'm going to show you what I call my local card shop binder. So if you don't know, I work at a local card shop. We get a lot of pretty nice stuff that comes in, so this is kind of the last year and a half-ish of some of the stuff I've picked up. It's not everything I picked up from there, obviously. There's a lot of like meta staples and stuff that are in decks right now that I've traded away for other stuff, but for the most part, it's a lot of the high-end goodies that I've picked up over the past year and a half-ish. But before we get into that, I was just going to show off some other stuff I recently picked up, because it's, in my opinion, it's super cool and it's stuff that you don't see very often. So without further ado, we'll get started. So first up, we got this awesome Vampire Sucker Judge Field Center. If you don't know, I love Field Centers, I love playmats, just almost as much as I love the physical cards. So I saw this and had to pick it up. The only Field Center I didn't pick up on, ironically, is an Elemental Hero Stratos one, which is like my favorite deck and one of my favorite cards in the game, but maybe next time. After that, I already kind of previewed it. I got a sealed Black Rose Dragon Judge promo Field Center. And this bad boy is being sealed. I kind of want another one to open to play. If you don't know, my YouTube channel is named after Black Rose, so this is one of my favorite cards, one of my favorite artworks in the game, and you'll see some pretty cool Black Roses in this binder coming up here. But yeah, picked up that Field Center. Next up, I got a first edition PSV Goblin Attack Force. I picked this up from my man Dash the Collector on Instagram. If you haven't checked him out, go check out his daily claim sales, always posting wildly awesome stuff. So yeah, he also has a YouTube channel. Go check that out. He opens old school stuff all the time. Pretty cool guy. Next up, probably one of the cheaper things in this entire recent pickup is Blue Rose Dragon. Again, I love the Black Rose. I love the Rose Dragons. First Ed Secret, had to pick it up. Now, these are pretty cool. You might be asking yourself, oh, they're just super Miracle Fusions. Well, these are Dark Revelation Volume 4 Miracle Fusions. So if you don't know anything about Dark Revelation, it's an insanely hard set to find, very limited print run. You only got 2 packs in like this little box set. It's the only way to get it. So these are sick. I'm going to play these in Edison. I'm going to play these in Heroes. I need one more copy. Honestly, I'd probably play these over the Ultimate Rare version. I know the Ultimate Rare version might be like the higher rarity, but you just don't see DR4 Miracle Fusions very often. So I'd probably run these over the Ultis, but, you know, might pick up a place of each. Why not? One for Edison, one for Modern. And finally, this is probably my third favorite card in the game, Dandelion. Finally picked up the Ultimate Rare version. I think I have almost every printed version of this card in the game, so pretty excited about that. Need 2 more. I know in most formats it's only legal at like 1 or 2, but I want the playset. My friends and I joke, I call it the Sassy Flower, because I mean, it has that attitude, it's alty, and in certain lights the eyes look really red, so it's just a sick card. But yeah, those are some of my recent pickups from a recent regional that came into my town. But we'll get on to the binder and the real reason for this video. And so these are in order that I picked them up in. So a lot of these I picked up multiple at a time. Some are just once at a time. So kind of go through here. Donrusso Pankratops Collector Rare. This is one of the first cards I bought at my job. I picked it up with store credit. So pretty cool. Also sleeves. Manda Lapalm, Mana Moon art. Love them. The Black Rose sleeves. But yeah, Donrusso Pankratops. One of the coolest cards in the game. Probably will never come back at 3 in the meta, but, you know, that's okay. Next up, we got a Mattel figure, Elemental Hero Tempest. You know, Hero fan, it's a unique rarity of this card. Tempest, not much more to say about that. Like I mentioned, you're going to see some cool Black Rose Dragons in this video. This is just one of my Alti Black Roses. This one is Alti Unlim. Just look at that foiling. It's beautiful. And yeah, when we get to the big one, I'd be pretty pumped. Next up, we got Ancient Fairy Dragon Ulti First. This is beautiful. This is probably my second favorite Cyno Dragon after Black Rose. I would love a ghost version of this card. I would love it. If one ever comes into a shop, I will most likely try to pick it up. But yeah, Ulti First, Ancient Fairy Dragon. Don't see those around every day because a lot of these 5Ds packs you couldn't get in first edition at the first couple, 5-6 packs. You can only get them in tins, so it just makes the value insane, the rarity insane. But yeah. And just another thing to note, not most of these cards are in near mint condition. If they're not, I will say something about it. Elemental Mistress Dorado, classic GX Ulti. It's not first. We've had a couple firsts come into the shop. They've just been kind of really expensive, not really worth the pickup in my mind. I'm okay with my Unlim. I just love that I own the card. So my other favorite archetype in the game, besides heroes, is Cyber Dragons. So I was so hyped when they put this artwork in Ulti. I have 2 of these actually. Like I said, the binder is ordering pickups up from the store, so not all of them are together. It drives people insane, but it's how I want to organize this binder. But yeah, it's insane Cyber Dragon. I love the dark artwork. Yeah. Next up, it's another collector rare. Not a huge fan of the collector rares, but some look really nice, and I actually pulled this one. It was one of the first collector rares I ever pulled. I pulled it opening product for the store and then bought it because I was like, it's Queen's Knight, it's iconic. I have a Jack's Knight or a King's Knight in the other bind. I'm missing one of them. I don't recall which one, but we got a Queen's Knight there. Probably one of my favorite ghost rares in the game, Star Eater. From Judgment of the Light. I mean, just the foiling on this thing is insane. The picture's insane. I needed to get it in first ed. This is Unlim, but definitely worth a pickup if you have not seen this card in person. The foiling is one of the best ghost foiling in the game. Next up, we got another big hitter, Elemental Hero Air Neos. This card is not mint, and I picked it up before the spike and oh, it's never going to get reprinted. I think that's probably true at this point, but who knows? It's Konami. They could be holding out and then just reprint this in 10 years or something. It's also not first. I wish I picked up a first edition Ulti before the insane price spikes and conspiracy theories on why this card's not being printed anymore. But, you know, I own one. I love it. It was a pretty cool day when I picked this up. So yeah, it's an Air Neos. So this is probably the biggest card in my collection that I own. It's my baby. This is my first ed Black Rose Dragon Ulti from Crossroads of Chaos, my second favorite set. And actually, it's kind of hard to tell in this image, but apparently this is kind of a misprint version of it. It's called a gray, so it has a more grayish tint to it. I didn't learn that until one of my friends told me about it. So yeah, this is just, if you're not into misprints, that's fine. This card's just insane value-wise. This thing is through the roof. Like I mentioned earlier, you can only get first ed Crossroads of Chaos packs from, I think it's like the Turbo Warrior tin and the Black Rose Dragon collector tin. So like you would only get 2, so you would have to open those tins to pull this in the first place. So yeah, insane. This is my baby. This is probably the most expensive card in my collection at the moment. Yeah, and that's something I probably will never get rid of, no matter if it becomes worthless one day. It's just beautiful. Next up, not much to say about this one. I pulled it for the store. It's a ghost rare. It's worth like 30 bucks, so I picked it up. Why not? That's about it there. Sorry, cough. Destiny Hero Diamond Dude from Power of the Duelist. That's probably my favorite set in the game. It's a set that the Neos came out in, Dark Neos, stuff like that. Some of the Destiny heroes first debuted in that set. Yeah, Ulti Diamond Dude. I love Ulti heroes. I think controversial opinion, I think some of the Destiny hero artwork is better than any of the Elemental hero artwork. And yeah. I'll show these two together. I do have a third one. Ghost Rare MSTs. Funny story about these. Two of them came into the shop like in the same collection because we buy and sell collections, and that's how we stock singles and stuff. So I picked them up and I was like, well, I'm gonna be stubborn and not pick up a third one until one comes in the shop. And like 3 months later, one finally came rolling into the shop. So I did complete my playset of this. Classic MST, Ghost Rare. I think Ghost Rare spells actually look really clean. There's not many of them in the game, so it's just kind of cool to own these. Next up, we got a Colossal Fighter from Turbo Pack Ulti. Classic Edison format card, a lot of meta staple back in the day. So yeah, the card is clean. I love it. Next up, one of the one of those buys that you kind of regret, but you know, at the time you never know. I picked this card up at the hype. I paid, here's proof of how much I paid for it, $170. And I think this card's worth about 60 bucks right now. Maybe it will go up. Utopia went up and is staying up, so you never know. I would consider this a Starlight. Some people don't. I think it is. Next up is another one of my favorite cards in the game, Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos as an ultimate rare. I remember chasing the secret rare for days, and so I almost have every version of this card. I'm missing the Ghost Rare, and I'm missing the Pharaoh's Rare from Mama. But I love this card. I love the classic Blackluster Soldier card. So yeah, I picked this up from my store, like all these cards. One of the first OG old school cards in this binder. It is not mint. You can see that crease right there. But honestly, besides that crease, this card is minty. It is Yatagarasu, one of the cards that caused the first ban list. Just an iconic card. One day I will pick one up that's mint. But for now, I really want a Starlight version of this as well. But I'll take this copy for now. Next up, we got a faded Blue Eyes White Dragon. Pretty cool card. Not a huge Blue Eyes collector, but it works. It came in, and I was like, why not? So own one of these. I can say I own one. After that, we got a faded Polymerization from LOB. Magic card. Would love to get a first ed one of these one day. Put in heroes. Gotta max out that hero deck. Next up on our list is a Faded Change of Heart. I picked this up before this card got unbanned. I love this card. It's probably my second favorite spell card in the game besides Graceful Charity. But yeah, this card is awesome. Actually, we'll see a Pharaoh's Rare version of it here coming up shortly. And then finally, Mirror Force OG, one of the best trap cards probably ever printed. Maybe not in today's standards, but in GOAT and a couple other formats, this card's awesome. Faded. Yeah. Then we're back on that ulti grind. We got that Doom Kaiser Dragon first edition ulti from Crossroads of Chaos. One of my collection goals is to get a master set of first ed from Crossroads of Chaos and Power the Duelist, so that would be getting the Ultras and the Ultimate Rares, so this is a good start with that. This card's great in Edison for zombies. It's just a beautiful card. The foiling, I missed this old school foiling on ultis. Next up, we got one of 3 of the Ghost Cyber Dragons. Again, not much to say. I love this card. It's Ghost Rare. I was really excited when this came out. I own 3 of these. I own 2 of the OTS ultis, and you'll see another one here shortly. Third MST. Second Ghost Rare Cyber Dragon. The third one's coming up here shortly, I believe. Do these cards together. 2 Ultimate Rare Thunder Dragon Colossus. Need one more to finish the playset. This card probably could be unbanned today. I think there's enough power crept in the game. So we're just talking about all my favorite decks. Probably Thunder Dragons is 3rd or 4th on that list. between Heroes, Cyber Dragons, and probably Thunder Dragons, honestly. But yeah, beautiful card. Want to pick up a third. Just meta staple at one point. Just classic card from... I just started playing the game. I just got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! When the original of this came out, like the secret rare, I believe. Or ultra rare, maybe. I think it's a secret, though, from Fusion Enforcers. I wanted to pull one so bad, and I just never did, but now I own 2 Alti copies, so I guess we're upgrading. I do own a playset of the secret rares. I have that whole deck pretty much in max rarity. Next up, we got an Elemental Hero Aqua Neos Ulti. This is the UDS fake. This is not the real version. I would like to get a real version one day, but for now, we'll take this one. This is kind of cool. It's a misprint. I wouldn't really call it a misprint. It's the fake version, but it's an ulti hero, and I'm trying to get one of each hero, and so, you know what? I'll count the counterfeit in that list. Next up, we got another Ghost from the Past 2. Red Dragon Archfiend Ghost Rare. It makes me really mad that they didn't make this a Ghost Rare, because all the other Cyber Dragons come in the original set, and this one's going to say Ghost from the Past 2 on it. But, you know, we can finally have all the Cyber Dragons and Ghosts, so can't really complain. So, yeah. There is the third Ghost Rare Cyber Dragon. Secret Rare, first edition. Maximum Crisis Ash Blossom. This is one of 2. I recently picked up my second one. I do pull cards out of this binder to play, but I just think this card's beautiful. It's a meta staple. It's part of Yu-Gi-Oh! For probably the foreseeable future. I mean, it's a Ghost Girl. It's collectible. It's beautiful. Next up, we got another classic card, Rise of the Storm Monarch, first edition ulti. I actually picked both of these up for my birthday this year. This was my birthday present to myself. Ryza, Monarch, meta staple when it came out. So many decks played this. I think you can play this in Edison. You can play this in Frog Monarch. It's just such a classic ulti from such a cool set. Another birthday present to me was this Blackwing Dragon Starlight rare. So, because Konami loves us spending money on things, now we can collect all the Ghost Rares, and hopefully one day they'll put Ancient Fairy and Red Dragon Archfiend as Starlights. But for the time being, we have 3 of the 5. I would assume they're going to put 5 for 5 at some point, but this card's beautiful. I love Starlights. I think they look cool. I would say I like Ghosts more, Ghosts and Ultis more. Sometimes even Secrets, but I think some of them, when they're done well, turn out really well. This is a cool little card. It's a It's a test print card. It's a test print Yu-Gi-Oh card. I think it's a common print because there's no foiling on it. You would see these in packs a long time ago. One came in, decided to pick it up. Why not? Next up, we got 3 Flunderies and Empen. You might ask yourself, oh, why are those in the collection binder? Not worth much. I love penguins. I have a penguin of some sort in every one of my binders, so picked up this playset. I think this is like my 2nd or 3rd playset of this card, and just decided to put it in the binder because, you know, it's beautiful penguins. Next up, we got a ultra rare Power Bond from CRV. I would love to get an ulti version of this one day. Super expensive though, but for now I'll take the ultra. It's one of those classic GX cards. Here's another big hitter. This card is not mint. It's surface-wise, it's pretty mint. It just has some edge wear. You can kind of see some of it in that top corner there. But for the most part, this card is beautiful. It's a first ed Cyber Dragon. I want to play some of these mint one day. I know I've been saying that a lot for a lot of these cards, but seriously, like, I don't think you can own enough of these and be happy. Like, I want to own multiple playsets. It sounds ridiculous, but love this card. Such an iconic meta-defining card, and yeah. And to kind of finish off our Cyber Dragon set, we got Chimera Tech, Ramp Overdragon, Power the Duelist. This card looks fucking awesome, or freaking awesome in Ultimate Rare, but for now we just got the Ultra. One of my 2 Ultimate Alubers. This card is fantastic, been a meta staple since it's come out, essentially. And one of the 3rd one, I might be playing this deck next format. I don't really know what I want to play next format, but I've been buying cards for Branded Despy, I've been buying cards for Kashtira, so who knows? Maybe I'll just play both. I'm not a very good competitive player, but maybe playing really expensive competitive decks just make you better somehow. Next up, Gold Sark, Pharaoh's Rare. I think the Pharaoh's Rares look awesome. This is a really good card in Thunder Dragon. It's just a classic card to begin with. Used in a lot of decks. Was a prize card, I believe, its first print. So yeah, how to pick this up. Like I mentioned earlier, we got another secret Pharaoh's Rare, Change of Heart. Yeah, not much more to say on that. I just think this looks awesome. Oh, one more thing to say on this one. I just think the Pharaoh's Rare, like, foiling just works so well on Gold Sark and Change of Heart. So, yeah, there's those 2. I did have a Pharaoh's Rare Blue Eyes, but I traded it away to afford my good friend's Christmas present because I got him a really nice Christmas present and he got me one back. We're going to see it coming up here soon. Submarine Roid, Ultimate Rare, Power the Duelist. Just a classic card. I love this card in Speed Duels because you can just, Speed Duels, you only have 4,000 life points. So if you get multiple of these on the field, you just go attack, switches to defense. So you can essentially kill your opponent super quickly because you can just keep attacking directly. It has an 1,800 defense points. Great card in Speed Duels. Next up, I'll show both of these. These are Tactical Evolution rares, but they have the secret rare name foiling. So they're misprints. They only come in unlimited. I have one more coming up here. I would love the full set of these. I think these things are insanely cool. Just such a simple misprint. I think I would want multiples of a couple of these because they're playable. Like, I know you can play this in some old Gemini decks and stuff. And I just think the misprint version would be cool to play. After that, we got this bad boy from Rise of the Duelist. Just a cool old school ulti. I don't consider Rise of the Duelist a GX set. I consider it an OG set, but it's one of those classic cards. These GOAT format decks based off of this guy, like, solid. We've had it forever, so I just decided to pick it up. I lied. We have a couple more Cyber Dragons. This is just a Legendary Collection secret rare version. If they made this version in Ulti one day, I would buy 3 of them in a heartbeat. It's like the dark version of the Cyber End Dragon. Just the secret rare first edition. These are kind of pricey actually, but it's just a cool card. Next up, we got a Torrential Tribute. First edition ultra rare. I would say it's pretty near mint. The only really thing is that giant scratch on the card. I would still probably call this near mint. Some people might call it light played. That's really it. And it's not like it's like a bend or a crease or anything. But yeah, classic card. In GOAT format Edison. You could probably even play it today, honestly. But yeah, just one of those first set ultras from the classic set. Another pickup for max rarity Edison deck that maybe I'll complete one day if I have tens of thousands of dollars to spend on it. Elemental Hero Neos Alias. It's a good light target. It's a beautiful ulti. It's just another hero ulti, so you know I love my heroes. Second ulti Aluber. I have a playset of the secret. I paid ridiculous amounts of money for the secret before it got like 17 reprints. But yeah, I mean, just look at our boy Aluber. I mean, the new support for these guys are insane. The cards look great. Mirror Jade's getting a Starlight. Oh, these 2 were my Christmas present for my friend this year. And then I got him a Ulti Thunder King Ryo, an Ulti Tragodia, and a first edition Chaos Goddess secret rare, which he loves first ed secrets, so. And then he gave me a first ed secret, Elemental Hero Plasma Device from Glass. If you don't know anything about Glass, the secret rares in that set are insanely hard to pull. This card is really clean. It's a hero. It's not really a playable one. It's just beautiful secret. So there's that. We are almost done. Ulti, Plague Spreader Zombie, Crossroads of Chaos. I mean, just your classic zombie guy. You want to pick up one of these in first edition one day. But yeah, I picked that up recently. This was my Christmas present from my parents, actually. They asked me what I wanted, and I said something Yu-Gi-Oh! Related, or whatever else. I'm not picky, really. I'm almost 23. I don't really need to still get Christmas presents, but I do appreciate them. Starlight Kamakuri Divine Incarnate. I love this card artwork. I have the mat from the regional mat for this. If that's something you want to see, like kind of my Field Center collection, mat collection, I can definitely show that off. I'll try to find a way to record it, but Starlight Rare, I think I only have 5 or 6 Starlights, but I think they're all worth it, honestly, the ones I do own. I've only ever really I pulled 1 for myself and like 7 for the store I work at, so maybe one of these days I'll get a box that has a Starlight maybe with this next set. This is probably my favorite misprint. It's one of those tab misprints, secret rare foiling. This card is not mint, but the mint copies of this are insanely pricey because it's super rare to pull these. But yeah, it's a hero misprint. It's awesome. I love it. We're getting down to the last 4 cards. Another ghost rare. Picked this up a couple weeks ago. I posted an Instagram photo of this, so some of you might have seen this already. Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. Just another awesome ghost rare foiling. Another ghost rare I want to pick up from kind of the same era is Red Dragon, or Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon, I think it's called, whatever the Xyz monster version is called. I think that card looks insane. Here's our boy in his highest rarity. And its first rarity bumps, it's like the tin promo is a secret. So it's a secret rare Pharaoh Neos. I want multiple of these. I will build a Neos deck to play them in. I might even play this in Kashtira because it's a level 7 and you can like send it out with some of the new hero support. So awesome card. The last Cyber Dragon card from this collection currently, Ultimate Rare Cyber Twin Dragon. This card is pretty clean. It has some light scratches on the back and maybe a weak corner, but I would say this card's near mint to mint. Lovely card, CRV, classic. The only one I'm technically missing is Cyber End Dragon as an ulti, but this card is insane. Really beautiful. I love it. Just that classic ulti foiling. And last but not least, another secret rare Ash Blossom. So that is my, like I called it, my Dragon's Lair binder. Oops, I said the name of my work. That's the local card shop I work at. Everything I've bought from there is pretty much in this binder collection-wise, so stay tuned for the next one. I'm going to try to do a couple of these and some other just like high-end deck profiles and stuff like that. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go to bed now. Like, subscribe, and leave comments.